The race is on inside the PLP. Tonight on Our News, Island Luck CEO Sebastian and Seabreeze MP Leslie Miller Bryce both making their pitch for 2026. We've got the latest from the Prime Minister straight ahead. And the Junkanoo Corporation says they've been shut down, literally, why their planned fundraiser was suddenly cancelled, and why they're calling it victimization. Plus, we are learning that dozens of teachers have walked away this school year, some due to contracts, others for health or family reasons, what the education director says is behind the growing shortage. Then in our news at 7:30, a Cat Island drug bust turns up nearly 1,000 pounds of cocaine. Now, 2 Haitian men are facing serious charges after what police say was a joint operation with the DEA. Our news live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to our news live at 7. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Megan Shepard. Election season is officially heating up. As Prime Minister Philip Davis confirming today, the PLP's Candidates Committee interviewed 8 people Thursday night. Among them, businessman and Island Luck CEO Sebastian, who formally made his case to represent the party in Fort Charlotte in the 2026 general election. And late last night, Seabreeze MP Leslie Miller Bryce took to social media to announce she'd been given the green light to run again for the PLP in her constituency. Speaking briefly to reporters at a youth energy forum, the Prime Minister had this to say.
We had about eight persons. It says that we have regained the trust and confidence of the Bahamian people. People are anxious to be a part of us. I welcome it. And it tells us that our democracy is still alive and well.
Well, a judge has refused to stop a manslaughter trial involving 2 police officers. Police Inspector Akeem Wilson and Police Corporal Donald Wright sought an order from Justice Dale Fitzpatrick to stay the prosecution against them for the May 27, 2018 fatal shooting of D'Angelo Evans. The officers were in the area of McCullough Corner investigating an armed robbery when they alleged Evans pointed a gun at them. Following an inquest into Evans' death, a coroner's jury on August 31, 2023, returned a verdict of homicide by manslaughter. After reviewing the file, DPP Cordell Frazier wrote a memorandum to the Commissioner of Police, saying the officers would not be prosecuted while stating the legal justification for their actions. But the DPP later reversed her decision and charged the men after getting additional information. The officer's lawyer, Kelsey Monroe, asked the court to dismiss the case as it was an abusive process. However, Justice Fitzpatrick ruled Monroe had failed to prove that the officers detrimentally relied upon the DPP's representation that no prosecution would be initiated. He said there was no evidence that the officers were prejudiced in their ability to fully defend themselves against the charge. While the Youth, Sports and Culture Minister hitting back, making it clear the government will manage the upcoming parades, sending a stern message to the JNCP that there will be no other parades that will conflict. But despite the stern stance, the JCNP is not backing down. Berthany McDermott has the details.
Let me say this clear. There will be no parade that will be sponsored by the government of the Bahamas that will be private unless it's a national parade. There will be no parade held in New Providence that will conflict with any national parade held on the Family Islands.
Youth, Sports and Culture Minister Mario Boleg is making it clear the government will not support any Junkanoo parade that could possibly compete with any national parade or any Family Island parade. It comes as the JCNP threatened to have its own parade if the government didn't reverse its decision to take over parade management. Boleg was talking at a press conference to announce the Junkanoo parade's management team along with the festival committees. We put the matter to JCNP Chairman Dion Miller, who said this.
The government is doing what the government wants to do, and we as Junkanoos must do what we have to do. What they're doing is they're using Junkanoos to enslave Junkanoos.
Meanwhile, Boleg is saying he's expecting all groups to participate in the parades managed by the National Junkanoo Committee. He said the group signed an agreement to appear on Bay Street once they received government seed funding. In its letter to Boleg, the JCNP claimed corporate sponsors have warned that private parades are the only way to escape breaching existing contracts if the minister doesn't change its course. But Boleg is saying otherwise.
The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture is going to have a national parade that is going to be powered by a life. You will see that on television by our news and ZNS. Put that right there. Wherever Collect used to be, you will see Collect right on the parade. Every major sponsor will be in a part of these parades.
Bolag says the JCNP should be focused on regaining the trust of Junkanoo groups that voted for new parade management. As for this year's parade Management Committee Chairman Douglas Hanna says the main goal is to ensure safe, well-organized, and successful parades.
We will endeavor to ensure that all parade participants, that is Junkanoo groups, individuals, and all other authorized participants are organized, on schedule, and are aware of their responsibilities as parade participants.
Reporting for our news, I'm Berthany McDermott.
Well, meantime, the Junkanoo Corporation of New Providence is crying foul, accusing government of victimization after its request to host a fundraiser this weekend was denied. JCNP Chairman Dion Miller says the group had already signed a contract with the National Sports Authority and paid more than $700 to use the Queen Elizabeth Sports Complex for its unified Junkanoo Rush event. But according to Miller, the NSA informed them Thursday night the permit was being pulled because of the National Youth March scheduled for Sunday. Miller says the JCNP even offered to use a different section of the complex, but that too was denied.
We have also ultimately asked to use the following day, which is Monday, the holiday, on which NSA confirmed that there were no events scheduled for the facility. The ministry have not yet gotten back to the NSA to advise the JCMP if that is possible. And so what we are seeing here is clear victimization, utilizing Bush League tactics to discourage Junkanoos from doing and exercising their right to rush.
Well, we put the matter to Youth, Sports and Culture Minister Mario Bolag. He says the decision was made to ensure the safety of the young people participating in the Youth March this Sunday.
I don't intend to have any adults or any alcohol or anything being held on these premises around these young people. Anything can happen. It will have to happen after they would have come, complete, and leave.
They also requested for the holiday on Monday.
I haven't heard anything for requests. I haven't gotten nothing in writing. They have a general manager at NSA that they need to be dealing with. Once he get a request, he will then send it to me, and then we'll go from there.
Well, later this afternoon, Our News received confirmation that Unified Rush will take place on Monday at 6 p.m. at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. Well, the teacher shortage getting worse, with Education Director Dominique McCartney Russell confirming the ministry lost 40 teachers this academic year alone. She says the departures were due to resignations and expired contracts. And while exit interviews weren't done, officials believe health issues, family responsibilities, and career changes all played a role. The revelation comes as the ministry continues to struggle to fill administrative posts and classroom vacancies amid the nationwide teacher shortage. Russell notes, a job fair was held over the summer to help address the shortfall, but many positions remain open. Well, we've still got lots more news to share with you tonight, but first, meteorologist Ian McKinsey joins us from the Weather Center. Ian, happy Friday. What can you tell us?
Thanks, Megan, and good evening, Bahamas. Welcome to your Friday evening forecast. We're currently outside our studios, still under some cloudy skies with a temperature of 81. Feels like on the muggy side at 88. Winds from the southwest at 13 miles per hour. Temperatures across the country at this time: 76 in Freeport, 78 in Marsh Harbor, 81s in the capital as well as Nicholstown and Governor's Harbor, 80 in Great Harbor Key, Berry Islands. That is the hot spot for all the weekend activities. 77 Alistown, Bimini. Central Bahamas, 82s in Kemps Bay as well as Black Point and Coburn Towns in Salvador, 79 in Arthurstown, pair of 80s in Georgetown and Port Nelson, as well as Deadman's Key, Long Island, another party spot this weekend. Southeast Bahamas, 83 in Duncantown, 82 in Delectable Bay, 81 in Colonel Hill, 84 in Abrahams Bay, a pair of 85s in Matthewtown and Providenciales, Turks and Caicos. Satellite and radar composite at this time. Plume of moisture. This is all associated with troughing once again, elongated low pressure, as well as a low pressure area that is extending across The southern Florida area should push through our area, with the next one pulling behind. We'll tell you all about these weather features straight ahead.
Coming up in sports, manufactured NBA offseason drama, and the return of your favorite segment of the newscast. No, not that one. It's Top Plays.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, so let I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any live fiber infinite bundle, Trio or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with Rev and the Live Fiber on channel 747 and 748.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
I was just telling my friend I wish I could get my Our News updates sent to my phone, like a WhatsApp message or something, you know?
Haven't you heard?
Well, who say that?
It's me, Jerome, your news godfather, and I'm here to update your life.
Well, how do you plan to update my life exactly? Because I don't think I'm understanding. Care to elaborate?
Our News has launched its broadcast channel, so now most important updates come straight to your WhatsApp.
Dad, so you tell me that I have access to real-time updates and news at 7:30?
Yes, you get it first and direct and unfiltered.
Okay.
It's perfect for our viewers who want to stay on top of what's going on.
Well, I want to stay in tune. Are you talking about like recent crimes and political updates and heartfelt stories as well as sports coverage?
We're talking exclusive updates, behind-the-scenes content, major announcement, everything you actually care about.
Nice. I love the sound of that. So this is like VIP access to the news you don't want to know. So what are you doing?
Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by Tanthier Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. When you're rescued from basketball obscurity to join a few future Hall of Famers on one of the league's most storied franchises, you expect that to be a career-changing move. Unless it's 11 days away from the season opener and you haven't worked with them yet. One of the headlines that has emerged out of the Los Angeles Lakers preseason schedule is not what DeAndre Ayton's done on the court, but is who he hasn't played with yet. Ayton, the Lakers' big free agent acquisition in the offseason, revealed he's yet to share the floor with either Luka Doncic or LeBron James so far during training camp sessions. He added that he's looking forward to building chemistry with both superstars, saying he expects that connection to develop quickly once they get the opportunity to get going. The Fidelity Bahamas Optimist Dinghy National Sailing Championships took center stage at the Montague Bay, highlighted by a first for one club. Long Island's own Drake Knowles made history this weekend, winning the overall trophy at the event, the first ever for the Mac Knowles Jr. Sailing Club. The two-day event at Montague Bay featured 68 young sailors from across the Bahamas and one from Texas, battling through strong winds on Saturday and light conditions on Sunday. The University of the Bahamas Mingo's active fall sports season continues both at home and abroad. In women's volleyball, Captain Anjanika Joseph and outside hitter Hannah McBride each recorded 4 kills, but it just wasn't enough. The Mingos dropped their season opener in the New Providence Volleyball Association against the Lady Warhawks in 4 sets, 26-24, 23-25, 25-15, and 25-17. Over in men's soccer in Hialeah, Florida, UB played to a 0-0 draw with the United International College. And the return of top plays. That'll do it for Our Sports. Stay tuned to Our News at 7:30 for details on these stories and more.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as Israeli troops begin to withdraw from Gaza as part of President Trump's ceasefire and hostage deal. Plus, the U.S. government shutdown continues. Thousands of federal workers laid off as troops brace to mix their next payday. And Venezuela's defense minister sounding the alarm, urging citizens to prepare for possible U.S. strikes. When our news returns.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, so let I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any live fiber infinite bundle, Trio or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with Rev and the Live Fiber on channel 747 and 748.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the Our News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust.
Every week, one show drives the national conversation. On the Record. We challenge the issues, ask the tough questions, and dig deeper. We bring in the experts, the decision makers, and the voices that matter. Our discussions shape policy, influence change, and inform the public like no other. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel. The conversations that shape the Bahamas start here, on the Record.
Joshua Williams here. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button and to follow all of our social media pages. Also, don't forget to push that notification button so that you can see all of the great content from the team you already trust.
This is Our News. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. The long-awaited ceasefire in Gaza began Friday morning, and for the first time in 2 years of war, Israeli troops have partially pulled back. The Israeli military says forces have withdrawn to new lines inside the strip, still holding just over half the territory. The move is part of U.S. President Donald Trump's ceasefire and hostage return deal. Hamas has until Monday to release all Israeli hostages. In return, Israel will free hundreds of Palestinian prisoners and allow a massive influx of aid trucks into the strip. Meanwhile, thousands of Palestinians are walking back north along Gaza's coastal road, many of them malnourished. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says his priority is to bring home every hostage. But with more than 67,000 Palestinians reported killed, the next phases of the deal remain uncertain. The stalemate in Washington continues as both Democratic and Republican plans to end the government shutdown failed in the Senate this week. House Speaker Mike Johnson says he won't bring members back for a standalone bill, while Senate leaders say the White House will have to find ways to keep troops paid. The shutdown has already led to layoffs at the Department of Health and Human Services, with federal workers across multiple divisions receiving reduction in force notices. With the Senate now in recess until next Tuesday, the government will remain closed for at least 2 weeks, meaning military members are set to miss their October 15th paycheck. Venezuela's defense minister is warning citizens to prepare for possible U.S. military action, calling Washington's behavior irrational and warmongering. Speaking at a military meeting in LaGuardia, Vladimir Padrino Lopez said he didn't want to cause panic, but urged people to get ready for any eventuality. On Wednesday, Venezuela deployed troops and police to 2 states as part of a national defense plan. Relations between Caracas and Washington have deteriorated sharply since President Donald Trump returned to the White House, with Venezuela accusing the U.S. of seeking to oust President Nicolas Maduro through a naval buildup in the Caribbean. The World Trade Organization is now predicting a bigger jump in global trade this year thanks to artificial intelligence. WTO economists say merchandise trade will grow by 2.4%, up from less than 1% forecast just a few months ago. The boost comes from soaring demand for AI-related goods like semiconductors and servers, plus a surge in import as U.S. companies stock up ahead of new tariffs. The WTO says developing countries are also driving growth, with South-South trade up 8%. But the long-term outlook is less bright, with the WTO lowering its forecast for 2026 to just 0.5%.
For the sake of growth, development and employment prospects across the WTO membership, we must sustain what is working well, but we must also reform what is not working. And we must reposition our organization to better support members to take advantage of exciting new trade opportunities, not least in the digital economy.
These estimates, for 2026 especially, depend on a variety of assumptions that could change. The tariffs still have a significant effect. It is just the timing that has changed.
Still to come in our news, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was October 10th. Then in our news at 7:30, from Ottawa to Halifax to Calgary, the Bahamian experience is on full display. The Ministry of Tourism on a mission to pull travelers away from South Florida and into the Bahamas. But first, from the boardroom to the ballot box, Island Lux CEO Sebastian says he's ready to serve in public office. The story when our news returns.
What do you get when you're searching for the whole truth?
Less than 24 hours after the body of 12-year-old was discovered on a track road on Faith Avenue, police say they...
You get the most comprehensive half hour of news.
Breach of the party's constitution.
Behind me is what remains of the Victoria Court Apartment Complex.
Our News at 7 brings you that truth in all of the day's top stories, sports, and our view of the world. Join me, Candino Knowles, weeknights for Our News at 7. Stay with the team you already trust.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
My name is Trevor Williams. I've been a live fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area. Once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied. My favorite feature would actually be being able to add any apps from the Play Store. It's just basically making any dumb TV a smart TV. I do a lot of back-end support, engineering support, helping clients working remotely when I'm from home. The internet is a very important aspect of my job and my life. My name is Trey Williams, and the future is
On this day in Bahamian history, in 1983, the Bahamas Mortgage Corporation opened its doors in Nassau, with offices on Thompson Boulevard in what is now the Michael Eldon Complex. And 1 year later, in 1984, political shockwaves hit the Pinling administration as Deputy Prime Minister Arthur Hanna, Youth Minister Kendall Nottage, and Agriculture Minister George Smith all resigned. Cabinet colleagues Perry Christie and Hubert Ingram were later dismissed after the Royal Commission of Inquiry linked the government to drug trafficking. To learn more about the events that shaped the day that was October 10th, be sure to head on over to ournews.bs. While the color pink is synonymous with the month of October as millions celebrate Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Over the years, global campaigns have sparked conversations around the disease and generated funding for new technology for early detection. In this next report, our Danielle Miller speaks to a medical professional who explains how local recognition of the month is helping to save lives.
Every October, companies around the world show their support for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, turning their famous logos and campaigns to the color pink, and millions of people adorn themselves in the color. It's all in an effort to educate and raise funds for the disease. In the Bahamas, health officials estimate there are 300 to 500 new cases every year. 48% of them are women under the age of 50, and 44% of those women were diagnosed at stage 3 or 4 of the disease. Family medicine and geriatric specialist at the Family Medicine Center, Dr. Belgrave King, says she believes the Awareness Month spurs a healthy curiosity amongst Bahamian women.
Women are asking questions. What are the signs and symptoms of me having breast cancer? And they're getting answers. You know, if you're having a lump in the breast, you're seeing nipple discharge. The skin is changing, becoming thicker, like an orange skin peel. You know, their moles are changing color, or just any abnormality that was not there before. Get your breast checked.
Dr. King says early screening is just one ingredient for this life-saving recipe. The other is the method used for screening. She shares the revolutionary technology associated with 3D mammograms.
If that lump is hiding, kind of like a closed book, we're able to go through many slices, 60, sometimes up to 100 slices of the breast, just to see exactly where that lump is.
One thing that I've heard when I was younger is you can examine yourself at home, and one way to do that is to hold your arm up and like touch around or underneath the breast.
Dr. King confirming that my technique was in fact recommended by professionals. However, she says there is one common myth she would like to dispel.
Many people feel like it can't happen to me. Oh, I don't have enough risk factors, so I don't need to check.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Danielle Miller.
Thanks so much, Danielle. Well, to watch that story again and for all of today's top stories, be sure to visit ournews.bs. That does it for our news at 7. Joining us now is our Italia Hall with the latest headlines. Italia, happy Friday.
Happy Friday. I love Danny's story. I love your pink. Prevention is key, right?
Absolutely. Early detection.
All right. Thanks so much, Megan. And don't forget, stay locked into our news every week from now until December for your shot to drive away in a brand new 2025 Hyundai Creta. It's the ultimate giveaway brought to you by Our News, Alive and Auto Mall. And starting next week, you'll have even more chances to win with fun trivia and giveaways on our digital platforms. We've got some extra prizes courtesy of Auto Mall and Alive. To learn more, head over to ournews.bs to learn how you can win, and good luck. Here are your latest headlines. He's built one of the biggest names in gaming. Tonight on Our News at 7:30, Sebastian says it's time to give back. This as he makes his bid for the PLP's Fort Charlotte nomination. Plus, a growing feud over parade control takes another turn, as Culture Minister Mario Bole called for an audit of the Junkanoo Corporation following claims of a potential $1 million loss. Also, a Cat Island drug operation turns up nearly 1,000 pounds of cocaine, worth more than $7 million. Tonight, 2 Haitian men are in custody after what police call a major joint operation. Plus, math, language, and phonics, the building blocks of learning. Find out how CFAL is helping Uriah McPhee students sharpen those skills just in time for exam season, when Our News at 7:30 returns.
Whether you're battling a chronic condition or offsetting a new injury, Doctors Hospital's comprehensive rehab services offer the help you need now. Go to doctors. 3 advanced facilities at Collins Avenue, Carmichael Road, in Cable Beach means your personalized plan for care is just a visit away. From physiotherapy to occupational therapy and speech and language pathology, our team approach is all about rebuilding together. For a full list of services, visit doctorshosp.com/rehabilitation. Doctors Hospital, trusted and best care now. Isn't your health worth it?
In the Bahamas, island time is real. The history of Morris Lumber Company, established in 1945, is etched into the fabric of this proud island nation. It's a story that deserves to be celebrated in full color, and that's where we come in. Morris, the paint place, has been bringing color and vitality to homes and businesses across the Bahamas. Here, color is more than just a hue, it's a symbol of life. Together, we can paint a brighter future.
Tired of weak, over-the-counter bug sprays? Step up your pest control game with professional-grade products from the Struckham Shop. From powerful insecticides to trusted gel baits and termiticides, we supply the same products used by Struckham Commercial Pest Services, now available for DIY homeowners and small pest control pros. Whether you're protecting your home or building your business, get the edge with the Struckham Shop.
Welcome to our news. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Natalia Hall. Topping news tonight, after years of building a multi-million-dollar empire in the gaming industry, businessman and Island Luck CEO Sebas Bastian says he's now ready to serve in a different capacity. Bastian confirming he's prepared to step away from his business interests as he pursues a career in public service, seeking the PLP nomination for the Fort Charlotte constituency in the upcoming general election. Our Delvardo Emmanuel has more on his bid to enter politics.
Would you be willing to step down from that business?
Absolutely. That's a done deal. Without politics, I will step in.
That's a famed businessman and Island Luck CEO Sebas Bastian, addressing questions from reporters about his political ambition. He's responding to whether or not he's prepared to step down from his gaming empire. Bastian appeared before the PLP's candidate committee at Gambia House Thursday afternoon, formally making his case to represent the party in Fort Charlotte constituency in the 2026 general election. Bastian, who's built one of the country's largest homegrown business empires, is now turning his focus to public service, seeking to represent the people of Fort Charlotte.
I didn't build my businesses by myself. I have more than competent teams to try continuity in those businesses. I'm here to serve. I have a higher purpose now, and I'm going to focus on that. So I'm not worried about that.
Arriving at PLP headquarters surrounded by family and friends, Bastian was greeted by a sea of gold and blue supporters from across Fort Charlotte, chanting, "We're going higher."
He's a great man. He's an innovative person, and I think he would be the best man fit to replace Mr. Sayers and Fort Charlotte community.
After Alfred Sayers has officially passed the baton to Sebas Bastian. Mr. Sayers, you did a good job, sir. And your job and your good wills will continue with this young man.
Constituency branch manager Dolores Archer confirming that Bastian won the support of the majority.
We didn't have the opportunity to really have an interview with him, but based on his knowledge, his participation in the country, his interest in social events, his interest in caring for people. He has a company called Island Cares, which always give back to the community of Nassau and the Bahamas. So therefore, it was no more than fitting.
Now, if elected, Bastian says he has big plans for the Fort Charlotte community.
We're going to build the Impact Center, which will be kind of the cornerstone of teaching innovation, a lot of the new technologies, a lot of the trades, and that's going to come on stream. Looking for affordable housing.
Reporting for our news, I'm Delvardo Emmanuel.
All right, thanks so much for that, Delvardo. Well, Youth, Sports and Culture Minister Mario Boleg announced he will be calling for an audit of the Junkanoo Corporation of New Providence. It comes after the JCNP said the corporation stands to lose nearly $1 million if government moves forward with taking over the parade management in the upcoming parades. Boleg telling us he's already started probing the claims himself.
The government has an obligation to do business with people who are in compliance. At this present moment, the JCMP doesn't even have an updated business license as a corporation. And that ain't for 1 year or 2 years. That's for a couple years.
Boleg was speaking at a press conference to announce the Junkanoo Parade's management team, along with the festival committee, shortly after the press conference. Our News obtained this official copy of the JCNP's business license. Meanwhile, Boleg sought it to make it clear that there's no standoff between the two sides.
And I don't want the public to believe this is the government or the NJC against the JCMP. We have nothing against the JCMP. We are here today because the groups have decided that they wanted new change and new management.
Well, police have charged 2 Haitian men following an October 4 drug bust that uncovered 290 pounds of cocaine with an estimated street value of $7.8 million. 42-year-old Joel Alfred and 37-year-old Fredson Frederick, both of Port-au-Paix, face charges of drug possession with intent to supply and conspiracy to possess drugs with intent to supply when they stood before Magistrate Raquel Wims. They pleaded not guilty and were denied bail. Their trial is set for February 5, 2026. The charges stem from siege seizure in McQueen's Cat Island involving both the DEA and DEU. The officers were on patrol in a DEA helicopter when they saw the two men in bushes among multiple cocoa sacks filled with cocaine. Well, a frightening moment at the Lucayan Towers North on Grand Bahama Thursday afternoon. This as a part of a third-floor balcony suddenly collapsed onto the unit below. When our news team arrived, work crews were already on scene, boarding up the damaged section and securing the area. Now officials confirmed the damaged unit was a bank repossessed apartment, one of the 144 in the complex. No injuries were reported. Now, you may recall we've previously reported on ongoing safety concerns at Lucayan Towers South, just next door, where the Grand Bahama Port Authority sought to revoke the building's occupancy certificate. At last report, that decision was halted by a Supreme Court injunction. And despite the balcony collapse, one board member, Nathaniel Simmons, says he believes the structure is sound in the North Towers, while another board member, K. Brian Sand, says when he heard what happened, his first call was to the Grand Bahama Port Authority. He adds inspectors quickly arrived to assess the damage. Sands insists residents have not expressed fear.
Before I came on the board, they were constantly working on this building. Okay, like he said, we just had an inspection of the building. Okay, we've been through hurricanes in this building, and it's still holding up.
Our building is structurally sound. We have recently paid a structural engineer to do a feasibility study on the integrity of the building. We have that report. That report is available. Persons that are speaking are not residents of Lucayan Towers North. They're not condo owners of Lucayan Towers North, and they have no permission, they have no right to speak on behalf of Lucayan Towers North Association. We have persons who have applied to get work around here, and the application has been refused. So I see them grabbing at straws. That's all they're doing, grasping at straws. Because if you look at this building, David, you can check the building out. I give you permission to go around the building, and you can check and you can see that this building is structurally sound. I live here.
Project manager Cindy Pintard, who oversees repairs at the South building, says she's deeply concerned and believes this latest collapse is a warning sign. While Marco City Member of Parliament Michael Pintard also visited the scene, he says while it's fortunate no one was injured, the situation demands immediate attention.
Had somebody been underneath that balcony and died, I mean, come on, let's look at Miami Beach. How many people died in the collapse? How do you make a decision as any institution to be able to say that a building is structurally sound? When was this test done? I only was aware of this because I was working on the building opposite. And we had to pour all the balconies. We had engineering reports. The port put us through the 9 yards. And that's fine, because that's what you do to protect the lives of Bahamians. This ain't personal. You ain't my friend. This is about Bahamians. And in this country, Bahamians are first.
We fully expect that the Board of Directors of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, through its Physical Planning Division, would ensure that engineers run a test on, again, whatever the percentage of balconies they need to test to give assurance that this building has no challenges.
Now turning to the tourism sector, a delegation led by the Deputy Prime Minister and Tourism Minister Chester Cooper is back home tonight following one of the more anticipated global sales missions this year. The Canadian market holds a lot of promise for Bahamian tourism. Our Jerome Sawyer traveled with the team and talks to some of his people, or the people rather, behind this highly successful mission.
It's really no coincidence the Ministry of Tourism spent this week traveling across Canada. 3 cities in 4 days in an aggressive and coordinated effort to capitalize on a market looking for new destinations over the traditional South Florida market.
The market was ripe for that because Canada had pivoted. They were looking for warm weather destinations. They pivoted for the most part beyond the Florida market. So what can replace Florida? We are just off the coast of Florida.
But to make this happen, the ministry has a well-engineered team executing these global sales missions.
Being able to bring the essence of the Bahamas here
is impactful. These 3 cities that we've touched on, these 3 markets, these 3 areas in Canada have been delivering business to the Bahamas for years, but we want to see that increase. And we want to make it easier for them to choose the islands of the Bahamas as their #1 vacation destination.
And then there's a media component, opportunities for local press to help tell the story.
We tend to look at the market, and we have what we call a profile, or a profile of Canadians or whatever market that we're going into. And we're making sure that we're speaking to them and connecting with them on wherever they are.
From Ottawa to Halifax and finally here to Calgary, the story of the Bahamian experience has been firmly rooted in these 3 cities over the past week. But for all the success, there's really not much time to celebrate. The ministry's team must get moving, as I'm told they've got 7 more global missions before the end of the year. But for this team, unfortunately, our journey ends here. In Calgary, reporting for Our News, I'm Jerome Sawyer.
All right, thanks so much, Jerome. Great reporting from Canada. Well, here at home, more showers in the capital on this TGIF Friday. Meteorologist Ian McKenzie is in the Weather Center with your first look. Ian, what can you tell us?
Thanks, Natalia, and good evening, Bahamas. Welcome to your 7:30 forecast. We're currently outside our studios under cloudy skies with a temperature of 81. Feels like still on the muggy side at 87. Winds from the southwest at 13 miles per hour. Satellite image at this time, we still have a plume of cloudiness across our area. This is all courtesy of a low pressure system along with a trough, and just to the southeast of us, well to the southeast, near the Leeward Islands, we still have Tropical Storm Jerry. We'll tell you more about these features and our extended forecast straight ahead.
Still to come on Our News, bright minds and bold ideas for a cleaner future. Students and young professionals packed the British Colonial Hotel for a forum aimed at empowering the next generation of energy leaders. And it's all about preparing for success. How CFAL is helping Uriah McPhee 3rd grade students gear up for this year's GLAD examinations with a special donation. The story when Our News returns. Stay with us.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Things may be tough, but Wendy's got you covered. Grab a day single or chicken sandwich with a junior fries and 16-ounce beverage for just $6.95. Why choose less from the other guys when you can get more? At Wendy's, we're providing bigger bites and better deals. So purchase your Tings Tough Value Meal today. Now available at all locations excluding the airport and food truck.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, so I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any Live Fiber Infinite bundle, Trio or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
Students and young energy enthusiasts packing the British Colonial Friday for a Future Energy Leaders Forum. The forum, designed as a learning and networking opportunity for our nation's youth who have bright minds that have bold ideas for a cleaner future. The event, put on by the INTI Corporation of the Bahamas, a company focused on sustainability and innovation in the renewable energy sector. INTI President and CEO Owen Bethel says it's the continuation of a commitment to empower women and youth in the sector.
For some of you, concern for the environment, climate change, energy security, adaptation, and resilience are already issues which you are passionate about. For others, today will be your first day venturing deeper into these issues. However, at the end of the day, it is our hope that you will leave here energized to learn and do more and become activists.
The students got a chance to brush shoulders with leaders in the industry from entities such as Bahamas Power and Light, Blue Planet Alliance, INTI, and the Utilities Regulation and Competition Authority. Energy Minister Jobette Colby Davis shared her experience and why she believes the future is right.
I challenge you today to engage with our national energy policy framework. We have an energy summit coming up in the beginning of November, and we will have a youth zone where your voices will be heard on critical questions. And so I expect the same level of engagement with our youth zone at our energy summit so we can hear more from you of how we can improve our energy plans in the country.
All right, really positive. Well, more than 100 third graders at Uriah McPhee Primary now have new tools to help them prepare for this year's grade level assessment test. And it's all thanks to a donation from the executive team at CFAL. Math, language, and even phonics are core subjects at the primary level, and educators say mastering them in third grade is crucial since students across the country will take them at the end of the school year. The company handed over dozens of workbooks Friday morning at the Kemp Road campus, with CFAL Vice President of Investments Pamela Ferguson making the donation.
We are here because we believe in each and every one of you brilliant and smart boy and girl. And we believe with the right tools, hard work, and God's help, there is no limit to what you can achieve. We would have loved to give each and one of you a workbook. But today, like Paige said, we are here to support grade 3 as they prepare for GLAD. Now, grade 3, these workbooks are not just pages and questions. These are stepping stones to your future.
Principal Shavania Robinson Ferguson says she's grateful for the donation, which will also include some GLAD workbooks in the new year.
We are not only grateful, we are thankful for the gift that they would have given us. We are thankful for the steps that they have provided us with to ensure that our future is secured, not just academically, but also financially.
Coming up in sports, the Lakers' big three won't be together on the floor anytime soon, which could be a problem for every group chat argument I have. A look back at the champions from the Optimist Nationals, a Mango's Minute, and the return of top plays.
The future.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, so I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any live fiber infinite bundle, Trio or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with Rev and the Live Fiber on channel 747 and 748.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
And I was just telling my friend I wish I could get my Our News updates sent to my phone, like a WhatsApp message or something, you know?
Haven't you heard?
Well, who say that?
It's me, Jerome, your news godfather, and I'm here to update your life.
Well, how do you plan to update my life exactly? Because I don't think I'm understanding. Care to elaborate?
Our News has launched its broadcast channel. So now, most important updates come straight to your WhatsApp.
Dad, so you tell me that I have access to.
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. When you're rescued from basketball obscurity to join a few future Hall of Famers on one of the league's most storied franchises, you expect that to be a career-changing move, unless it's 11 days away from the season opener and you haven't worked with them yet. One of the headlines that has emerged out of the Los Angeles Lakers preseason schedule is not what DeAndre Ayton's done on the court, but is who he hasn't played with yet. Ayton, the Lakers' big free agent acquisition in the offseason, revealed he's yet to share the floor with either Luka Doncic or LeBron James so far during training camp sessions. He added that he's looking forward to building chemistry with both superstars, saying he expects that connection to develop quickly once they get the opportunity to get going.
I've just been waiting on, just got to prepare. And yeah, JJ and the coaching staff probably have some where, they can put stuff together for all of us to really build chemistry.
And it appears the Big Three is still weeks away from that happening after it was revealed that James will be sidelined at least 3 to 4 weeks with a bout of sciatica. The Lakers continue their preseason on Sunday night against Buddy Hield and the Golden State Warriors. The Fidelity Bahamas Optimist Dinghy National Sailing Championships took center stage at the Montague Bay, highlighted by a first for one club. Long Island's own Drake Knowles made history this weekend, winning the overall trophy at the event, the first ever for the Mac Knowles Jr. Sailing Club. The two-day event at Montague Bay featured 68 young sailors from across the Bahamas and one from Texas, battling through strong winds on Saturday and light conditions on Sunday. In the Green Fleet, Harbor Island Sailing Club dominated, while Madeline McMahon was the top female in the championship fleet, and Clara Wallace of Hopetown was the top finisher among local girls. The University of the Bahamas Mango's active fall sports season continues both at home and abroad. In women's volleyball, Captain Anjanika Joseph and outside hitter Hannah McBride each recorded 4 kills, but it just wasn't enough. The Mangos dropped their season opener in the New Providence Volleyball Association against the Lady Warhawks in 4 sets, 26-24, 23-25, 25-15, and 25-17. Over in men's soccer in Hialeah, Florida, UB played to a 0-0 draw with the United International College. The Mangos outshot UIC 10-2, and a Joshua Johnson header hit the crossbar late but was ruled out. They return to South Florida next week for games against Millennia Atlantic University on October 16th and Albizu University on October 18th. It's Friday, the teachers are getting paid, the real national sport of the Bahamas, which is politics, is at a fever pitch, and it's the start of a long weekend. You also got us back, and you got back top place. Let's get started at 5. Sebastian Walcott may play baseball the entire year, and he'll keep getting hits all year round. A double and a single in his Arizona Fall League debut. At 4, to the NBA preseason, the bag is opening up for Buddy Hield, and I need the NBA 2K developers to understand that when the next update comes out. At 3, over to the NM1 League in France, and it is crazy to see Dominic Bridgewater doing the same thing in pro basketball that he did in high school. It works. At 2, the Lakers may not have Luka back, they may not have LeBron, but they got DeAndre Ayton. Might be enough. And coming in at 1, back when Tangs was Tangs, and Jazz gave us this all-time moment to lift the Yankees to a win in Game 3. Didn't last long though. That'll do it for our sports. This is 10YS. We're headed into a long weekend. I feel like everyone's just ready to get this one started, but not Dolphins fans. Maybe not Junkanoo people, but everyone else. Back to the studio.
When our news comes back from the break, rain and a little bit of sun across the capital. Wondering what your weekend weather will be like? Ian is back with the answer when our news returns. Stay with us.
From 27, one show drives the national conversation. On the Record. We challenge the issues, ask the tough questions, and dig deeper. We bring in the experts, the decision makers, and the voices that matter. Our discussions shape policy, influence change, and inform the public like no other. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel. The conversations that shape the Bahamas start here, on the Record.
Joshua Williams here. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button and to follow all of our social media pages. Also, don't forget to push that notification button so that you can see all of the great content from the team you already trust.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, Zai, let I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. more games than ever before. With any Live Fiber Infinite bundle, Trio or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with Rev and the Live Fiber on channel 747 and 748.
I was just telling my friend I wish I could get my Our News update sent to my phone, like a WhatsApp message or something, you know?
Haven't you heard?
Well, who say that?
It's me, Jerome, your news godfather, and I'm here to update your life.
Well, how do you plan to update my life exactly? Because I don't think I'm understanding.
Welcome back, everyone. Here's a look now at your extended forecast as well as a look at the tropics, where just to the southeast of us, we still have Tropical Storm Jerry out there. It's not expected to strengthen into a hurricane like we previously had forecast. Closer to home, we still have this large area of moisture. This is all associated with a low pressure system as well as a trough. Take a look now at the track of Jerry. It is expected to continue to move towards the north and eventually just skirt to the east of Bermuda, taking it well to the east of Bermuda through early next week. In the northwest and central Bahamas, we still have that small craft caution out there for you boaters. There is a risk of rip currents for swimmers. Winds will be south to southwest 10 to 15, but getting up to 20 knots tomorrow. Seas 2 to 4, building up to 7 feet in those north to northeasterly swells. High tide at 11:09 p.m., low tide at 5:17 a.m. tomorrow morning. Southeast Bahamas advisory in place for you boaters. Risk of rip currents for swimmers. Winds southerly 10 knots or less. Seas 1 to 3, but up to 8 feet offshore in those north to northeasterly swells. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In your extended forecast, unfortunately, forecast calls for some rain. It should continue, should get some gradually clearing by midday on Sunday. Rain back in the forecast again as we have that frontal system expected to stall just south of us. Nice conditions expected throughout most of the week with some rain returning by Friday. That's a wrap in the evening forecast. Make it a great, safe, fun night, everyone.
All right, thanks so much for that, Ian, and thank you for joining us for our news tonight. But don't forget, stay locked into our news every week from now until December for your shot at driving away in a brand new 2025 Hyundai Creta is the ultimate giveaway. Brought to you by Our News, Alive and Auto Mall, and starting next week, you'll have even more chances to win with fun trivia and giveaways on our digital platforms with extra prizes courtesy of Auto Mall and Alive. Head over to ournews.bs to learn how you can win. Good luck. Well, on behalf of the entire team, I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great weekend. Hi, and thank you for watching. I'm Natalia Hall. Be sure and hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. Click right over here. And don't forget to turn on your notifications to see more content from the team you already trust.